Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. And you know, I love spraying grass. It's a passion of mine. I absolutely love getting out there and applying, especially liquid products to the turf and just watching how it reacts and learning from it. Now, I own a lawn care company, and I have had over the years many different types of sprayers. I've made and created and invented many different types of nozzles and boom sprayers and motorized sprayers, all kinds of stuff that have to do with spraying a yard. If you go back through the videos on my YouTube channel, you'll find that I've got multiple calibration videos, and the calibration is a process or a method you use in order to figure out how much square footage your spray tank can cover. And that actually relates back to herbicide labels and fungicide labels. And the reason calibration is so important is so that when you're using your sprayer or your machine sprayer or your boom sprayer or your backpack sprayer, any type of sprayer, that you're actually putting the correct amount of product on the correct area of turf. So our industry standard is per 1,000 square feet, meaning if you look on a label, a herbicide label, fungicide label, you'll see a rate, and usually it's in ounces. It'll be a certain amount of ounces per 1,000 square feet. That means that, say for instance, you're using a 2-ounce rate. A 2 ounce of product would go on 1,000 square foot of turf. Well, you have to calibrate your sprayer so the sprayer will be accurate, so that you apply that 2 ounces to the 1,000 square feet. You don't overdo it or underdo it. Now, like I said, if you go back to some of my older videos and even some of the videos I put out this year about sprayer calibration, some of it's a little technical, okay? Today I'm going to show you the absolute easiest way that I think for you to calibrate a battery powered sprayer. This example today, I'm going to use this Strom 4-gallon sprayer. I'm going to use my Strom sprayer nozzle assembly. Now the nozzles that come with the Strom are a little insufficient for spraying turf grass in my opinion. So I've got a Strom nozzle sprayer assembly that I'm going to use that allows me to spray 8 foot wide, okay? Now when we come across the street right here, here's one of my neighbor's yards. We've got another neighbor over there we're helping out, and I'm going to help this neighbor out too in his front yard. His front yard was sodded several years ago. It's irrigated. He doesn't do a whole lot of work to it, so it's not looking quite as spiffy as you would think it would. Look at the difference here. Look at the difference in this turf. And then look at the difference here in my turf. So you can tell it's a noticeable difference in the two. So today I'm just going to calibrate that sprayer to this yard only. This side of the yard is 5,500 square feet. His section of grass he has on that side of the driveway is 2,000 square feet. So I have 7,500 square feet total turf area. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is make sure my battery's charged. Pop the battery in, shut the door. I'm only using water. Okay, that's very important. Don't calibrate it with products and that kind of thing. Only use water. Practice 2 or 3 times until you get really good at it. I'm gonna pop loose my quick connect. So I got my handle, turn my pump on, prime it. So my nozzle assemblies come with a wide spray tip and a trim tip, and typically we use the trim tip to do the edges. I'm not even going to use it. I'm going to keep it simple and use the wide nozzle. I'm basically going to angle it so that I manipulate the pattern a little bit to catch my edges real good. I'm going to outline the property with one pass, and then I'm going to make straight passes back and forth, and each time I get to an end I'm going to slide over approximately 4 foot. I'm spraying 8 foot wide, so I'm going 4 foot one way, 4 foot the other way, so that when I slide over the 4 feet, my spray pattern meets each other. And I actually want just a little bit of overlap. So you'll see right here in the video as I'm going back and forth, you'll see how I slide over a little bit each time. Now what I've done is I've filled my sprayer up to 4 gallons. The 4 gallon capacity, I've got it completely full of water. I'm just going to take a nice easy walk, nothing fast, nothing slow, just a typical walking pace. I'm going to go over the entire yard one time. Then we're going to go over here and see how much water we actually sprayed over the yard. So you just saw me, we walked over there and we sprayed the neighbor's yard. I used 3.5 gallons of the 4 gallons. So what I'm going to do is go over there and practice a couple more times and get my walking speed down so that when I finish the yard, I might have just a little bit left in the tank. That way I use up the whole 4 gallons on that yard. So in this situation, 4 gallons is going to cover 7,500 square feet. Now, for some of you that's kind of been watching my calibration stuff and the quart per thousand, 2 quart per thousand, this is something totally and completely different. This is a totally new and different way of calibrating your sprayer, which I'm sure people do it this way, but it's probably the first time you've ever heard me talking about it, doing it this way. So once I practice several times and my walking pace matches me putting 4 gallons on that 7,500 square foot, then I can start thinking about adding my products. And the way I'm going to do that is, let's say I want to put 1 gallon of humic acid on it, humic 12. Let's say I want to put 1 gallon of whatever on it, pick the product. I'm going to put 3 gallons of water, 1 gallon of product. And so that way my water is the carrier. It's going to help me carry that product to the yard. It's going to help me disperse that product over the yard evenly. But now I know that it takes me 4 gallons to cover that 7,500 square foot. I simply subtract the products I'm using from the 4 gallons of water, and then I'm all set. So when you're doing it this way, there's really 2 things that you really have to focus on. One is you want to hold the nozzle assembly about 12 to 14 inches off the ground. That will produce the 8-foot wide pattern, and you want to mimic your walking speed the same every time you apply. So hey, thank you for watching. I hope if you're having a little bit of difficulty with this sprayer calibration stuff, I hope that's the easy way for you to do it. You can pretty much do it that way with any battery powered sprayer, really any type of sprayer you wanted to, if you wanted to do it that way. So be sure and like, subscribe, and tell your buddies. Got lots of videos coming up. We'll check you later.